So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, from the Forest State. Welcome to today's press conference called for, organized by K.C.C.M.A. In full, that is Kenya Coalition of Church Alliances and Ministries. It is a coming together of various umbrella bodies. All of us, each of us is leading a given umbrella body. Some of our members could not make it. Some of them have traveled, and others are taking up other ministry responsibilities. But we have their full blessing. The statement we are about to release is a product of a collaborative process. So even those who are not here with us, we have their mind, we have their thoughts on these issues that touch our nation that we want to address this afternoon. Thank you very much for coming in big numbers. We are so grateful, and we pray that God will bless you for partnering with us in speaking to our nation at this very critical time. And today is not the last of the press statements we make on the state of the nation. When and as need arises, we always call you again and have another statement made. So our chair, Bishop K.C.C.M.A, has traveled together with some of our other members. But our vice chair, our able vice chair, Bishop Stephen Mutua, will be leading us through the statement. And we also have some of our members who read it in Swahili and also in Kikuyu. And I'm sure when they get to reading the statement, they will also introduce themselves. But if you need to hear their names hereafter, I can also furnish you with that hereafter. Our statement is already printed and released in some of our groups. So if you need to have a copy, if you need a copy of the same, we'll also make it available, and especially a soft copy. So God bless you. Over to you, Bishop Mutua, as you take us through our first statement this afternoon, this evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our MC, for this time. Uh, we are so grateful once again, all of you found time to come. We, as church leaders, we feel it is necessary for us to speak to the nation. One of the questions that has been going on of late is, where is the church in this matter? What is the church saying? So today we are here to tell you the stand of the church and what we feel and think about what is happening right now in our nation. And so I'll read the statement, and if you have any question, you will ask it, and we'll be happy to respond to that. As the executive board members of the Kenya Coalition of Church Alliances and Ministries, that is K.C.C.M., which brings together evangelical, charismatic, and Pentecostal churches from across the country, we wish to share the following reflections concerning the current state of our nation, of course, Kenya. We begin by conveying our heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of the late blogger and former teacher, Albert Ojwang, whose tragic death while in police custody has shocked the nation. We are deeply troubled by this incident, which raises serious questions about the moral integrity of some of our police officers and the broader issue of accountability within the National Police Service. Moreover, we are disturbed by the violence witnessed on the streets of Nairobi on Thursday, 12th June 2025, as many Kenyans took to the streets to protest this unfortunate loss of life. The killing of Albert Ojwang, the ensuing public outrage, and the subsequent unrest have only worsened the already heightened political tension that has been building steadily in our country due to premature campaigns by the leaders from across the political divide. In the light of these troubling developments, we wish to humbly make the following appeals. Number one, to the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, that is IPOA. We urge you to expedite investigations into the death of Albert Ojwang, as well as other unclear deaths of young people in the nation, and ensure that all the officers found culpable are held accountable under the law. Number two, to the Inspector General of Police, we call on you to rein in your officers across the country and to ensure that peaceful demonstrations are allowed to proceed without undue interference. At the same time, we appeal for vigilance against the infiltration of those protests by the violent elements who are bent on chaos and destruction of the public property. Number three, to the President of the Republic of Kenya, to Your Excellence, we appeal to you with a heavy heart as fear and anxiety are increasingly taking root across our country due to the growing perception of police brutality. We urge you to lead from the front in reaffirming the role of our security agencies is to protect the people of Kenya, not to intimidate or abduct them. The tragic death of the blogger, alongside other reported cases of excessive force, has deeply eroded the public trust. We note your statement on Ojwang's killing and ask you that you assure the nation of swift and just accountability and instilled visible measures to reform the security sector in line with the values enshrined in our constitution. To all political leaders, number four, we strongly urge you to stop the current wave of political rallies across the country. With more than 2 years remaining before the next general election, these premature campaigns are only sowing unnecessary divisions and anxiety among the people of Kenya. Number five, to the youth and general public, we encourage you to express your concerns and displeasure in a peaceful and civil manner and to avoid confrontation with law enforcement officers. This is the only way to safeguard our hard and constitutional right to stage peaceful protest and to avert any further injuries and loss of lives. Number six, to our fellow religious leaders, particularly within the Interreligious Council of Kenya, we call on you to join hands in promoting peace, national cohesion, political tolerance, especially during this volatile period. Number seven, to all members of our churches nationwide, we ask you that you dedicate time of prayer for peace and unity and healing of our beloved nation. These prayers will continue or will culminate in a special national day of prayer to be held in all our member churches on the 22nd Sunday, that is 22nd June 2025, as part of our services. As shepherds of God's people, we remain steadfast in our commitment to interceding for the welfare of our beloved country. We urge every Kenyan to remember that we have no other home but this land, and we are all custodians of its peace. May God of all wisdom, justice, compassion guide our leaders, protect our citizens, and heal our land. And then, of course, he's signed by all the leaders of these umbrella teams. That's what we have for you in English. And what we'll do it again in Swahili for our Swahili listeners. And then probably in Kikuyu. And then we'll give you time to ask questions or comments.
My name is Joseph Karuki, and my question is: do you think the church is doing enough to keep leaders accountable and call for leadership, especially in spirituality?
Is a very good question whether the church is doing enough. Let me be fair to the church and say they are doing the best they can, but we can still do more. I think the time has come for the church in Kenya in general to have a prophetic voice and begin to tell the leaders that the time has come to do what is right. Uh, I would say many times we do not rise up at the right time. Sometimes a little bit late, sometimes we don't say anything. But I think there's a new generation that is coming up. Generation that will, as we have said in this statement, we know we have only one country, Kenya. We don't have another country. And so we have made up a decision that we will be responding where necessary to, to issues that we feel are affecting our nation. We have the moral responsibility of Kenya and of the leaders, and to stand up and tell them what is right and what is wrong at the right time. So a new dispensation has come for these leaders to rise up and say yes or no, or that is not the right direction. So yeah, that's where we are right now. Yes.
Hi, good evening. I'm Cleophas from BBC. We talk of this new dispensation as a church. Decide where you are. Fellow leaders across the country are talking about the DIG, Mr. Eliud Agat, to step aside. On this statement that you read, is there any place where you are captivating or where you are imploring those who are involved to step aside for investigation? Is there hope that you are going to get some response from your state, or is it just a normal thing that has been said over and over again by leaders, with political rallies, with churches, but not facing the elephant in the room? What's your stand on the DIG, those who have been interdicted, the right step to the IG, and the other DIG, and the entire police stand, other than what you say, the IG?
A very good question. The time, according to our statement, we have mentioned that the government and the president needs to rise up and do that which is needful, not only to DIG alone, but the whole process needs to be investigated by the relevant bodies, um, whether it is IPOA, whether it is ESCC, all the relevant bodies needs to rise up. You know, as Kenyans, we must safeguard our nation. As Kenyans, when somebody has done something wrong, in other nations, people will step down. They will not even wait to be told by the citizens to step down. So I would say anybody, everybody who is involved should step down. If they later are found not guilty, no problem. They'll be reinstated to their places of work. If they are found guilty, they must face the full law of the nation. So everybody who is involved, and we saw it when the senators were uh, kind of interrogating the necessary bodies. We would say here as church leaders, not only the people who are called by the senators, but anybody who is involved. We want to see what was the reason. Why did Albert Ojwang die? Who was responsible? What the allegations that Albert Ojwang came with, and whatever was in the social media and media. Was it true or not true? What is the end result? What's the role of ESCC? So the time has come when we are not sugarcoating anything. The time has come when when we go to investigate, we investigate at the whole scope and come out with answers. And that's our call. That anybody who was involved in the whole circus must be brought to book. Full stop.